If families would be interested in the potentials of their children with disabilities and educate or give them skills training like the others, and society would accept and give them opportunities, only then would we realize that there is indeed no difference between persons with disabilities and those without disability. For there is enough evidence to prove that when given opportunities, persons with disabilities can contribute meaningfully and effectively to the development of society. Mr. Jonathan Agbesiboche is one of such examples.
My name is Jonathan. I'm the last son of my family. I hold a BSc in accounting now, and I'm pursuing an MBA as we speak. I work for MTN Ghana. I'm a quality assurance controller. I work from the back office. So all the issues you take to MTN that cannot be solved instantly, that they will tell you, we'll get back to you in 24 hours, it comes to my team, and then we fix the problems. I've been doing that for the last 11 years. I see people like me every day, and I wonder what makes me different from them. I owe it to my mother here. She's been a pillar behind me. I'm sure she's suffered her own set of stigma, but not once have I doubted her support for me in all areas. My daddy passed on, God bless his soul. I was very young, 13, 14, thereabout. And she's had to do 2-3 jobs to support us through school. Not once has my education delayed or stagnated at any point from my childhood to date. I don't know what I would have done without this particular woman. I know there are a lot of great mothers out there, but this particular one, I don't know if my life would have turned out the way it is today if they hadn't. Yeah, excuse me. I get emotional when I talk about her because, you see, a lot of persons we see by the streets who have one disability or the other, the difference is just the support system they get. With the right support, you see the difference between a success and a failure. And that's why when I'm talking about my mother, I'm emotional, because I got exactly the right support. If she'll have to give her last for me to go to school, she'll do it. I can count on that. And that is what made the difference for me. And then to the rest of my family, my wife, my whole family system have been one big support for me.
He is the last boy. That's my baby. It wasn't easy. Very difficult. A working mother, having a disabled child, leaving him behind, going to work. Your mind is behind. Your mind is at work. You have to work and earn to support. It wasn't easy. But by the help of her sisters and all around, they supported me to support him. So I give a big thank to the sisters, those who supported me to bring him to where he is now.
It's been nice handling him. We've never gotten tired having him as a brother or fed up handling him as a physically challenged person. Whenever we hear somebody trying to underestimate or bully him, my brother, that person it's that person must be ready for us, because we don't underestimate him, so we don't expect any other person to do that to him.
Disability is not something anybody will wish for or ask for. But like they say, when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. You don't just sit by and do pity party. I don't do that. Whatever God gives you, you do the very best out of it. That's been my philosophy. So, disability or not, my life goes on. If I have to seek higher education, yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to be slow. Yes, it's going to be more stressful to me than to you if we are pursuing the same objective. But I believe that once you get there, I will also get there. Life is not a race. So at my own pace, I'll also make it. Yes. I don't know about others, but I believe that the first point or wherever motivation starts from is you. If you want to hear stories about people who have disabilities and failed, you would hear. If you want to see stories about people who excelled despite their disability, you will. And I have a lot of them that inspire me. Dr. Corey is a blind lawyer. He is at the Attorney General's department again. I mean, which lawyer in Ghana doesn't want to work at that level? He's not just he's a senior person. And despite the difficulties, he's there. I know about another lawyer who happened to be in school with me at that same time, Evelyn Appiah. There are several of them. Who, despite their disabilities, they were able to excel in whatever area they found themselves in. So I tell myself, if others would excel, why not me? So if you are a person with disability listening to me out there, what you have is not unique. You are not the only person who has a physical disability. You are not the only person who is deaf. You are not the only person who is blind. Or you are not the only person who has multiple disabilities. But if others can make it, if I can make it by the grace of God, you can make it too.
They should not despise their challenged children. They should not just neglect them. They should not allow them to be begging on the streets. No matter what it is, the little that you have, share it with that child. You don't know what that child will become in future. So mothers, take care of your challenged children. Just as I'm saying to the mothers, fathers that neglect their wives or even divorce them because of having a challenged child. So if your wife had a challenged child in the house, two of you come together and assist that child to become something in future.
It's anybody's lot at any time. Nobody asked to be a person with disability. I just think that society should understand that the fact that I move with a wheelchair today does not make me any different from you. I eat, I drink, I do everything you do. If we are taking a 1 mile walk from here, you may do it in 5 minutes. I may do it in 30 minutes. But we got there eventually. But I think what makes you a quality human being is if you make up for my weakness and I'm also able to make up for yours. So if pushing me a little bit where the terrain is rough would make me get there in 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes, even though it will also make you get there in 15 minutes instead of 5 minutes, tomorrow I may be able to make up for your weakness in another area of life. together we've become better people. So I think society should understand that, number one, nobody asks for disability. It happens, so we deal with it. Number two, if you see a person who has a disability, if there's anything you can do to make their life better, please do. If you can't, don't make their life more miserable. Because life as it is now, for the average person with disability here in Ghana, is very tough. Very tough. Behind the scene, I was talking to you about what I go through to get to work every morning. It's not easy. You get to work most of the time tired. I do about 60-70 kilometers to get to work every day. Look at the traffic on our road, you get there tired. So if somebody can do something to make your life a little better, imagine how grateful you'll be. But on the converse, if somebody does anything to make your life more difficult, more stressful, be the judge of that. You get it? So society should understand that it is me today. God forbid, it may be you tomorrow. But let's become better people. Let's make life easier for persons with disabilities. Let's make life more bearable. I don't think persons with disabilities would be asking for handouts. No. No free lunch. That's not what we're talking about here. But whatever you can do to make me better at what I do, or better at life, it tells on the quality of who you are as well.
Yes, yes, I can. You better